All right, guys, what we have here is the North American blue turkey. All right, guys, what we have here is the North American blue turkey. They're very elusive. They are actually one of the only birds that gives birth to live young. They do not lay eggs. And if you pull one of the feathers, they will squawk, and the squawk kind of sounds a little bit like Will Ferrell yelling. We're gonna try to come up from behind it because they're not very aware of movement. They're almost blind. You have to get the hunter's walk. Caw! Okay, we're approaching carefully. Caw! Caw! Watch the way we stalk it. Ooh. That movement means it likes me. Caw! That creature actually can fly at about 400 miles an hour. It only chooses to run on land because it actually loves to have children chase it. We're gonna help you explore nature because so many of us live in this world and don't really get to see it for what it is. So we're gonna help you understand the hows, the whys, and the whats. Behind me, we have the fainting goats. Now, these goats live at very high altitude. The air is actually pressurized in this area with special equipment that is yet to be discovered, and it helps them live at these lower altitudes. They also are one of the few animals that can survive with no water for a year and a half at a time. Amazing, kind of like the camel. If you look at them, their water bladder thing is on top of their head, and when they run into each other and headbutt, that helps release the water into their system so that they can survive. If you look around, no water troughs. So quite an amazing creature. When you get out here, we'll show it to you. Everybody's got a water buffalo. Yours is fast, but mine is slow. Where they come from, I don't know, but everybody's got a water buffalo. All right, we are here with a national champion in his natural habitat, and we're going to talk just a little bit about what a national champion does to be successful here at Howe. We're fortunate enough to have 95 to 115% starting commissions, so obviously be able to make decent money right out of the gate. Great lead program, and Glenn, why don't you talk a little bit about the training and what it is to be a national champion, to surround yourself with national champions, because that's who we want to be around.
Well, Chris, they give you everything that you need to have to be successful in the business. And you're working with an enormous shovel when you're talking about 95% commission. You just turn around and make a few sales a week, and suddenly you're sitting in a very good spot. The lead program is great. Very little effort on your part as far as getting people to sit down with. A little bit of phone calling, and that's pretty much it. Very simple process. Going back to the training part, you get in there, if you get into the coaching program, you get a coach, keeps you accountable, and sets you up with what your schedule is going to look like for the week. You keep track of all your numbers so you know how you're producing, what you're doing, what you need to do to get better. So the bottom line is, Chris, there's very little that if you work the system and do what you're told, you cannot fail.
That's awesome. Now, do you mind me asking, how long have you been doing this?
For about 8 months now,
Okay.
and I was fairly successful, I would say, right out of the gate. Now, I had done any sales at all prior to this. I was doing satellite tech work, but by the time I got my license, I decided this was what I wanted to do after I saw, what everybody else was producing, and I said, you know what, I can do this. So when I quit my satellite job, cold turkey, and went and studied for my license. 2 weeks later, I was licensed. And by the time I had gotten that done, I had already ordered my leads. I'd been in the audio hardcore. And I'll tell you what, first week out, it wasn't great. I think it was like 4,000 something. But they set you up with a system that you can't fail if you work it. And so I just kept working it. I kept getting better. I'm still not anywhere close to what some of them are producing, so it's something that you can always look forward to getting better and better. You're always learning. You're always improving things about yourself, about your presentation, and narrowing your numbers down, finding out what you need to get better on. But I went from 45% maybe to 65%, 70% closing ratio. So it's something that, there's always something new. Always something. You got a lot of folks that are out there, you got so much advice. If you ever need any help, just give someone a call. There's other champions out there that'll be very, very happy to help you out, tell you anything that they can help you out with. They've got a lot of little tips and that sort of thing. So great.
That's
business.
awesome. Great golden nuggets there. One last thing before we hand it back, but I just wanted to ask you, what's it like getting to hang out with all the other national champions, getting to meet some of the families maybe you hadn't met before? Tell us a little bit about like the atmosphere at an event, what it's like, not just work in the field, but what it's like to work with our company.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. The folks at HIS are great. You listen to the conference calls, you see their pictures on the website, and they're producing, they're doing this and that. But I tell you what, it's great finally being able to put faces to names and be able to meet people and friendly folks. I tell you what, they're definitely the cream of the crop here at HIS.
We're going to talk about the Peruvian Camel. Now, these animals I've heard is nutritious. But anyway, these are beautiful. They're endangered. We're trying to make sure that they get the sanctuary that they deserve. That is why we have them enclosed right here. Also, if you get close with them, they are liable to bite and spit at you, so you do have to be careful.